This is the day that the Lord has made. Hey everyone, my name is Vanessa. I'm a Christian woman. I'm a single mom, doing my best to put God first and follow Jesus Christ as best as I can. I want to share with you all a book that I received the Christmas I was 9 years old. The children's stories of the Bible from the Old Testament and the New Testament. I've already recorded the entire Old Testament. I did one video per chapter. Now I'm in the New Testament. Hopefully you will share this with your children. Chapter 21, the Unjust Steward. While traveling in Perea, Jesus told the people many of the parables which were later recorded in the New Testament. And while in Perea, Jesus again told his disciples of what was to come to pass in Jerusalem in a few weeks' time. He said that all that the prophets had said about the Son of God would come true in Jerusalem, that he would be made prisoner, mocked, spit upon, and beaten, and then killed. But on the third day, he told them, he would rise again. These words the disciples found hard to understand or believe, but they could readily understand the simple truths of the parables he told. One of the last stories he told while traveling in Perea was the parable of the unjust steward. There was a certain rich man, Jesus said, who had trusted the management of his estate to a steward. This was a common practice of the day, and the steward enjoyed almost complete authority in the handling of his master's business. But such freedom had led this steward into constant temptation to cheat his master, and one day he was discovered. The rich man sent for him and said, "What is this I hear about you? You shall soon give up your place and be my steward no more." The steward became desperate when faced with the loss of his job and thought to himself, "What shall I do? In a few days I will lose my place, and I am too weak to work in the fields and too ashamed to go begging from door to door." But he was a very clever man and figured out a scheme that would win him friends who would take care of him when he would have to leave. His plan was simple. He sent for the men who were in debt to his master and asked them, "How much do you owe my master?" "I owe him 100 measures of oil," the first debtor said. The steward said to him, "Pay him only 50 measures. Then the steward tore up the old note and made this man a new one for the lesser amount. To the other he said, "How much do you owe him?" And this one answered, 100 measures of wheat. The steward then tore up his note and made him a new one, saying, "Pay him for only 80 measures. When the rich man learned of how his unfaithful steward had further cheated him, he marveled and said, "He is a clever thief and a skillful swindler and takes good care of himself." Jesus, although he did not approve of this steward's action, told those listening that the master's admiration was not unfounded and pointed out the lesson that many people will often work harder to preserve and increase their worldly gains than they will to safeguard their spiritual interests. So that's the end of that chapter. I hope you enjoy. I will have a playlist of my Old Testament and the New Testament. If you liked, please subscribe, comment, and I hope to see you next time.